I'm Teresa, and here's your Teaching Tip Tuesday. The part of a lesson that most often gets left out is the closing, whether because of time constraints or rushing to move on to the next subject or next activity. But the closing is really, really important in a lesson, and here's why. Think about when you're exercising. You start out by stretching and warming up your muscles in your body. You do your exercise routine of cardio or strength or a combination of both, and then you bring your heart rate back down, you stretch again so that you aren't really sore or you don't have any cramps, or when you go to exercise again, your body's more ready for it. Well, think about a lesson that way as well. When students get ready to learn something, they need to warm up, they need to get acclimated to it, that's like the hook. They need to have the work session part, that's the exercise routine, and then they need a chance to wind back down again and to make some connections before they move on to learn something else again. And so the closing is a way for them to make connections, for them to reflect, for them to show what their learning is, and to prepare themselves for the next time they learn again. There are a lot of different ways you can close a lesson, and there are some really creative and fun ways that students can participate in. Here's a couple of examples. The first one is called a snowstorm. And basically what students do is they write down on a piece of paper something that stood out to them or something that they made a connection with. They ball it up and then they make a snowstorm. Everyone around the room picks up a piece of paper around them and they read, and so they get to share what they learned and what their classmates learned and kind of have a collaborative session of sharing their ideas. Another idea is called a flock. And for this activity, you post different things around the room. It could be the standards, it could be skills students are working on, it could be vocabulary, and students flock to those things around the room when you ask different things, like what did you connect with? What stood out to you the most? What was new to you? What do you still have some questions about? And they move around the room for those different purposes. It gives you a great chance to informally check their learning, but also them an opportunity to reflect as well. So in closing, you see what I did there? The closing of a lesson is really important because it helps students make connections, to reflect on their learning, and to prepare themselves for the next time they learn that same skill. I'd love to hear your ideas of closing strategies. So if you've got some great ones that you've done in the past, make a comment on this video down below so that you can share with everyone what you've done in your own classroom. Remember, never stop learning because life never stops teaching.